Have you ever looked back on your childhood and wondered if there were signs, little glimpses, that hinted at a larger purpose, something beyond the ordinary? What if the very traits that made you feel different, the experiences that seemed peculiar or even challenging, were in fact whispers of something greater calling you? We often see our childhood as a time of innocence or naivety, but could it be that in those formative years we were being prepared for something far more profound? The idea of being chosen, selected for something unique, for a purpose that transcends our own understanding, might seem like a mystical or abstract concept. Yet, if we take a deeper look at the early years, we might find unmistakable signs of our calling, signs that we were always meant to fulfill something greater, a deep sense of wonder. From a young age, did you find yourself endlessly fascinated by the world around you? While others were preoccupied with the day-to-day, did you often lose yourself in awe, gazing at the stars, the natural world, or simply pondering life's mysteries? This childlike wonder is not just curiosity, it is the first sign that your soul is attuned to something beyond the ordinary. You were chosen to see the world with a different lens, to search for deeper meaning, a strong sense of justice. Did you feel a deep, almost unshakable need for fairness, even as a child? The smallest injustices, whether in the playground or at home, may have stirred something inside you. This sensitivity to right and wrong often signals a future leader, someone called to bring balance and integrity to the world. Your voice, though young, already carried the weight of righteousness, solitude, and reflection. While many children are surrounded by friends and play, did you often find peace in solitude? Did you spend hours lost in thought, perhaps writing, drawing, or contemplating ideas that seemed far beyond your years? Such tendencies are not signs of loneliness, but of introspection, a mark of a mind destined for wisdom. You were chosen not just to interact with the world, but to understand it deeply. A natural leadership quality. Did others often turn to you for guidance even when you were just a child? A certain magnetism, a quiet authority might have set you apart. You may have organized games, guided friends through challenges, or simply held space for others. Such leadership is not taught, it is an innate quality, a sign that you are meant to lead and guide others as you grow. Unshakable dreams. Did you hold on to dreams that seemed impossible or out of reach? Perhaps you envisioned yourself accomplishing something far greater than your circumstances suggested. The persistence of these dreams, despite the practicalities of life, points to a deep inner conviction that you were chosen to fulfill something extraordinary, an empathy beyond your years. As a child, were you unusually attuned to the emotions of others? Did you comfort friends or family members with a wisdom that seemed to surpass your age? This empathy is a mark of a heart destined to serve others, to heal, and to offer compassion in ways that go beyond mere sympathy. Your ability to feel and connect on such a deep level is not by chance, it is a gift of your purpose, a persistent desire to create. Whether through art, music, writing, or another form of expression, did you find yourself drawn to creation from an early age? Creating, whether tangible or intangible, reflects an inner drive to leave an imprint on the world. This is the mark of someone who is meant to shape the world, to add beauty, and to bring new ideas into being. Uncommon resilience. Did you demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity, even as a child? Perhaps life wasn't always easy for you, but instead of succumbing to despair, you found a way to rise again. This strength of character often marks those who are chosen to overcome challenges and serve as a beacon for others in times of difficulty. Compulsion to help. Did you often go out of your way to help others, even when you were just a child? Whether helping siblings with their homework, assisting a neighbor, or standing up for someone who was being mistreated, this desire to assist others is a clear sign of a compassionate soul, chosen to lift others up and bring change to the world. An inner knowing. Did you ever have moments in your childhood when you just knew something to be true, even without being told? An inner sense of direction, an almost intuitive grasp of your purpose, is a powerful sign that you were chosen for something specific, something beyond the ordinary. Trust that this knowing was not accidental, it was the seed of your larger mission taking root. As you reflect on these signs, I urge you to consider the possibility that they were not mere coincidences, but deliberate markers of a life that has always been destined for greatness. These early signs were not just fragments of childhood, they were the threads weaving your destiny together. You were always chosen. Now, it is up to you to embrace your purpose, knowing that these early experiences were preparing you to fulfill your calling. The concept of destiny is one that has intrigued and inspired individuals across cultures and throughout history. It suggests that some people are called to fulfill a greater purpose, something beyond the ordinary flow of daily life. In the context of the chosen one, this idea resonates deeply with those who feel an inner pull or a sense of being selected for something significant, even if they cannot yet articulate it. The very notion that someone is chosen for a unique destiny implies that there is a plan or design for their life, one that transcends the random nature of events or the simple cause and effect of circumstances. This belief encourages us to reflect not just on where we are now, but on how every moment, every experience, and even every challenge has played a part in shaping the person we are becoming. When we speak of signs that we were chosen, it is important to understand that these are not always grand or dramatic moments that appear to us with undeniable clarity. Instead, these signs are often subtle, woven into the fabric of our everyday lives in ways that can be easy to overlook. It could be a quiet moment of inspiration or a fleeting feeling that something more is at work. These signs are not necessarily loud or obvious, but are often found in the smaller, more reflective moments of life, calling us to awaken to a higher purpose. It is through these early clues, often stemming from childhood, that we begin to sense a deeper connection to a larger plan for our lives. Destiny does not simply announce itself with a single, dramatic event. It reveals itself in the way we respond to the world, in our thoughts, dreams, and actions. Childhood is a time of pure potential, a time when our minds are most malleable and our spirits are most open to the possibilities of who we might become. This is a time when we are not yet shaped by the constraints of society or the limitations of experience. We are free to dream, explore, and create without fear of failure or judgment. And in this freedom, we often find our truest selves emerging, unburdened by the weight of expectation. It is in this unfiltered state that the signs of a greater calling begin to take root. These signs may appear as early inklings of a natural inclination toward leadership, creativity, empathy, or curiosity, traits that distinguish those who feel a sense of purpose. From a very young age, some children are drawn to causes larger than themselves, demonstrating a keen sense of justice or an innate desire to help others. Others may find themselves fascinated by intellectual pursuits, seeking knowledge and understanding that goes beyond the superficial. In these children, we often see a hunger for something deeper, an instinctual pull toward making a difference in the world. These early signs can be as subtle as a quiet desire to help a classmate in need, an early interest in understanding the mysteries of the world, or even a growing sense of responsibility and care for the people around them. But these signs are not always outwardly recognized by others. Childhood is also a time when many children experience a deep sense of isolation or difference. They may feel misunderstood or out of place, sensing that they do not quite fit the mold that society or their peers expect them to. In these moments of solitude, there is often an inner dialogue that stirs within them, one that questions the norms and calls them to something greater. These feelings of being different or other are not necessarily negative, rather, they are a crucial part of the process that connects them to their unique path. The feeling of being chosen often accompanies this sense of being different, as though there is something uniquely significant about the individual's life, though they may not yet understand what that significance is. This early sense of being special or chosen, though intangible, is often reinforced by the way certain experiences or events unfold in a child's life. Perhaps they face challenges that seem to shape them in a way that others are not shaped, or they might experience moments of deep clarity and understanding that set them apart. These events are not random, but rather the unfolding of a larger pattern that has been set in motion from the beginning. The child may not recognize the significance of these moments at the time, but as they look back on them in later years, they come to see them as key turning points, small signs of a larger destiny. The idea that some are chosen also touches on the concept of destiny not being a matter of luck or chance, but rather a design that reflects the inherent gifts and qualities of the individual. This design is not something that can be forced or manufactured, nor can it be replicated by others. It is as unique as the person themselves. Each individual from childhood carries within them a potential that is meant to unfold in a way that serves a greater purpose. The early signs of this potential may be overlooked by others, but they are never lost. They remain embedded within the person, waiting for the right moment to bloom into something larger. It is in embracing these signs, in paying attention to the quiet whispers of destiny, that one can begin to understand the true depth of their purpose. The childhood signs of being chosen may not always appear in the form we expect. They are often quiet, subtle, and internal, rather than grand, external markers. Yet these signs are the seeds of destiny, planted early in life, waiting for the right conditions to grow and flourish. The idea of awakening inner potential suggests that each person has an inherent capacity for greatness, a wellspring of abilities, qualities, and talents waiting to be discovered and nurtured. Often, this potential is not immediately visible or recognized, especially in childhood. It is a subtle process, sometimes taking years or even decades to fully come to fruition. Yet from the very beginning there are moments, sometimes fleeting and other times more persistent, that signal this potential within us. These moments can appear as seemingly small, everyday experiences, but upon reflection they reveal a profound pattern or direction that leads towards something larger. In childhood, this potential is often unrefined, but it is there, quietly guiding the individual toward their true calling. Awakening inner potential is not always about dramatic changes or grand revelations. Rather, it often begins with small, quiet moments of realization. As children, we might not understand why we feel drawn to certain activities or ideas, yet those interests are the first inklings of something deeper. A child who finds joy in creating art, for instance, may not fully grasp the significance of this passion, but it can become a lifelong pursuit that leads to a powerful expression of their potential. Similarly, a child who is naturally curious about the world around them, constantly asking questions and seeking answers, is displaying an intrinsic thirst for knowledge that might later drive them toward fields of science, philosophy, or exploration. These early sparks are like small embers waiting to ignite a larger flame, and while the child may not immediately recognize their purpose, the seed of that purpose is already planted within them. One of the key aspects of awakening inner potential is the development of self-awareness. In childhood, this process is often subconscious, occurring through experiences that shape a child's understanding of themselves and their place in the world. A child who consistently excels in a particular area, whether it be athletics, academics, or social leadership, may begin to develop a sense of confidence in their abilities. However, this confidence can often be fragile, and it requires nurturing and encouragement to fully flourish. The child's surroundings, family, community, and mentors play a crucial role in either reinforcing or stifling this self-awareness. When others recognize and affirm a child's talents, they provide the validation needed for that potential to blossom into full self-belief. If, however, these talents are ignored or dismissed, the child may grow uncertain about their worth, leaving that potential dormant and untapped. Awakening this potential also requires a sense of purpose and understanding that the gifts and abilities one possesses are meant to be used for something beyond personal gratification. Even in childhood, some children exhibit an innate sense of responsibility, a desire to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. They might demonstrate empathy toward others, volunteer to help a classmate, or seek to make the world around them a better place. These actions are not merely acts of kindness, they are indicative of a deeper understanding of one's role in the greater scheme of life. This sense of purpose is not something that is taught, it is often inherent, a natural inclination that is part of the individual's makeup. For these children, the awakening of their potential is not just about personal success, but about recognizing that their abilities are meant to serve something larger than themselves. For some children, the awakening of inner potential can happen through struggle and adversity. Challenges, though often painful, serve as a catalyst for growth, pushing the individual to tap into strengths and resilience they might not have realized they possessed. A child who faces difficulty at school, who may struggle with reading or writing, may be forced to develop perseverance and creative problem-solving skills that will later serve them well in life. Similarly, children who face social challenges or family difficulties often develop emotional intelligence and an ability to empathize with others in ways that shape their future roles as leaders, healers, or community builders. Adversity, though often seen as a negative force, can actually be one of the most powerful tools for awakening the latent potential within. The process of awakening inner potential is also deeply connected to the idea of choice and agency. While childhood is often a time when adults make decisions for the child, there are still moments when the child exercises agency over their own direction. A child who chooses to pursue a particular interest or hobby, despite the lack of external encouragement, is demonstrating an internal drive and determination to awaken their own potential. This ability to make choices that align with their inner passions is crucial to the process of growth and self-discovery. It is in these moments of self-direction that the child begins to understand their own power and agency, further unlocking their potential for the future. Awakening inner potential is not always a linear or straightforward process. Some children may exhibit flashes of brilliance or promise in a specific area, but it takes time, experience, and reflection to understand the true scope of their abilities. The journey is often one of trial and error, of discovering what works and what does not, of testing boundaries and learning through experience. But through each step, each failure, and each success, the child is uncovering more about their potential and how it can be shaped to fulfill their greater purpose. The key to awakening this potential lies in allowing the child the freedom to explore, to make mistakes, and to discover what truly excites and motivates them. It is only through this process of exploration and self-discovery that the child can fully awaken the gifts that lie dormant within them. As children grow, they often exhibit behaviors, traits, and inclinations that set them apart from others, marking them as unique individuals with distinct paths to follow. These qualities can manifest in different ways, and while they may seem ordinary on the surface, they often carry deeper meanings and point to a greater purpose. The signs of uniqueness are not always immediately recognized, but they provide crucial clues about one's potential and the special role they are destined to play in the world. Recognizing these signs in childhood is essential for understanding how they will unfold in later years, shaping the person who is meant to achieve something extraordinary. One of the most telling signs of uniqueness in childhood is the ability to think and see the world differently. Some children possess an innate curiosity that leads them to question everything around them. They are not satisfied with simple answers or surface-level explanations. Instead, they seek to understand the why behind the things they encounter. This ability to think critically and see beyond the obvious is not always nurtured or appreciated in traditional educational systems, which tend to prioritize conformity and rote learning. Yet children who display this type of deep thinking often demonstrate a unique perspective that can lead to groundbreaking ideas or innovations in the future. This intellectual curiosity, coupled with the ability to challenge established norms, is a sign that the child is destined to contribute to fields that require original thought, creativity, and vision. To intellectual curiosity, a strong sense of independence is another key trait that signifies uniqueness. Some children are naturally inclined to march to the beat of their own drum, resisting the pressure to conform to the expectations of others. These children may prefer to pursue their own interests, regardless of whether they align with the trends or preferences of their peers. This independence is often misunderstood as rebelliousness or disobedience, but it is actually an indication of a strong sense of self and a desire to follow one's own path. As they grow older, such individuals are more likely to become trailblazers in their chosen fields, unafraid to forge new paths and stand firm in their convictions, even when faced with opposition or criticism. Creativity is another hallmark of uniqueness in childhood. Many children demonstrate a natural flair for creativity, whether through art, music, storytelling, or other forms of expression. While creativity is often encouraged in the early years, it can sometimes be stifled as children grow older and are required to conform to societal norms or academic standards. However, for some children, creative expression becomes a powerful tool through which they process the world around them and communicate their inner thoughts and feelings. These children may create in ways that others do not fully understand, using their art or creativity to explore concepts, emotions, or experiences that are not immediately visible or tangible. This unique approach to creation can evolve into a powerful force for change, whether through artistic expression, innovation in technology, or new ways of thinking about problems. A strong sense of empathy also serves as a distinctive sign of uniqueness. Children who are particularly empathetic tend to be more attuned to the emotions and needs of others. They may be the ones who comfort a classmate who is upset or speak up for someone who is being mistreated. Empathy in children goes beyond simply understanding how others feel. It involves an innate desire to help and support others, often at the expense of their own comfort or needs. This deep emotional sensitivity is often the mark of individuals who are meant to serve others in some capacity, whether as leaders, caregivers, counselors, or activists. The unique ability to connect with others on an emotional level and to act with compassion is a rare and powerful gift that can drive individuals to make a significant impact in the lives of others. Similarly, children who exhibit an intense sense of purpose or a drive to help others are often signaling their future role as leaders or change makers. From a young age, they may feel a compelling need to make a difference in the world, whether by standing up for those who are marginalized, advocating for causes they believe in, or simply doing small acts of kindness. This drive to contribute is not something that can be easily taught. It comes from within, reflecting an individual's unique sense of responsibility toward the world. These children may not yet understand the larger purpose of their actions, but their instinct to care for others and to take initiative in improving their environment is a clear sign that they are destined for roles that require leadership, responsibility, and vision. Another sign of uniqueness is a strong inner drive to succeed, despite facing challenges or setbacks. Some children may demonstrate resilience and perseverance from an early age, refusing to give up in the face of adversity. They may struggle in school, sports, or social situations, but their determination and grit allow them to overcome these challenges and continue pushing forward. This inner drive, coupled with a refusal to accept failure as an option, is a sign that the child possesses the strength of character needed to succeed in the face of difficulty. These children are often the ones who will rise to leadership positions, not because they are necessarily the most talented or gifted, but because they are relentless in their pursuit of success and growth. The signs of uniqueness often emerge in childhood as a collection of seemingly small traits, behaviors, and inclinations. These traits, when observed collectively, provide a roadmap for understanding the individual's potential. Whether through intellectual curiosity, creativity, independence, empathy, or resilience, the signs of uniqueness point toward a future that is different from the ordinary. These individuals are not meant to follow the crowd or conform to the expectations of others. They are meant to break barriers, create new possibilities, and leave their mark on the world in ways that are uniquely their own. Recognizing these signs in childhood is essential for nurturing the individual's development and ensuring they are given the space and support to fully realize their potential. The ability to lead and influence others is often seen as one of the most powerful signs of a person's purpose and potential. Leadership does not always emerge in the way we expect. While some individuals may develop formal leadership qualities early in life, others display more subtle forms of leadership that are nonetheless significant. Childhood, in particular, is a time when these leadership traits often begin to reveal themselves, whether through natural tendencies or the way a child interacts with those around them. These early signs of leadership indicate that the individual is not only capable of guiding others, but also possesses an innate drive to create change, inspire action, and help others reach their potential. Leadership qualities in childhood can often be observed in how a child interacts with their peers, how they navigate social dynamics, and how they respond to challenges. A child who takes charge in group activities, organizes their friends for a common goal, or steps up in times of need often exhibits the first signs of leadership. Such children are not necessarily the loudest or the most dominant, rather, they naturally attract others with their confidence, vision, and ability to motivate. They might lead by example, showing others how to behave or how to handle a particular task with care and precision. Their leadership is more about inspiring others to follow rather than asserting authority. They possess a quiet strength that allows them to make decisions, influence outcomes, and guide others toward shared goals, even when they are not formally recognized as leaders. An important aspect of early leadership is emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage one's emotions while also recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. Children who display high emotional intelligence tend to excel in social interactions, demonstrating empathy, patience, and understanding. These children are able to sense when others are feeling down or in need of support, and they instinctively offer comfort or encouragement. Their ability to read social cues and adjust their behavior accordingly allows them to connect with others, On a deeper level, emotional intelligence is a critical component of leadership, as it enables the individual to build strong relationships, create trust, and motivate others. This ability to connect with people on an emotional level is one of the most powerful signs that a child is meant to lead in the future. Leadership also involves a sense of responsibility and accountability. Some children, from a very young age, show a strong desire to take responsibility for their actions and the well-being of others. They are the ones who volunteer to help others in need, whether it's offering to carry someone's books or taking on additional chores to lighten the load for a family member. They are often self-aware, recognizing the impact their actions have on others and striving to make a positive difference. This sense of responsibility can be seen in the way they approach challenges, whether they work tirelessly to overcome obstacles or take the initiative to find solutions. These children understand that leadership is not just about directing others, but about being accountable for their choices and their role in the larger picture. They are often the first to step forward in times of crisis, offering help, guidance, or support without hesitation. Children who show signs of leadership often exhibit a strong sense of fairness and justice. They have an innate desire to ensure that everyone is treated equally and fairly, regardless of status, background, or ability. This sense of justice drives them to stand up for others who are being mistreated or overlooked, even if it means going against the grain. They might intervene in situations where others are being bullied, or they might speak out when they sense an unfair situation unfolding. This natural sense of right and wrong, combined with the courage to take action, is a fundamental aspect of leadership. It demonstrates that the child is not only aware of their own power, but is also willing to use it to help others and to create a more equitable environment. The ability to think strategically is another key sign of leadership. Some children demonstrate a remarkable ability to see the bigger picture and understand how individual actions contribute to larger outcomes. These children often excel in planning, organizing, and executing tasks with precision and foresight. They are not only concerned with what needs to be done in the present, but are also thinking ahead, considering how their actions will impact the future. Whether it's organizing a school project, coordinating a team effort in a game, or managing a group activity, these children display an instinctual understanding of how to bring people together and guide them towards success. This forward-thinking approach to leadership is a sign that they are not merely focused on the present moment, but are already preparing themselves to take on larger roles of responsibility and influence. Leadership is also about resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, remain focused under pressure, and continue pursuing one's goals despite challenges. Children who demonstrate resilience in the face of difficulty are often the ones who show great promise as future leaders. They may not always win, but they persist. They take failure in stride, using it as a learning experience rather than a reason to give up. This resilience is a powerful sign that the child possesses the mental fortitude needed to handle the inevitable challenges that come with leadership roles. They are not easily discouraged and are willing to put in the effort required to achieve their goals. This perseverance is a key component of leadership, as great leaders are often defined not by their victories, but by how they handle adversity. It's also worth noting that leadership in childhood is often linked to a sense of vision, a clear idea of what is possible and what can be achieved. Some children seem to possess an innate sense of purpose or direction, even when they are too young to fully articulate it. They may dream of becoming doctors, scientists, artists, or leaders in various fields, and they approach their goals with a sense of determination and focus that sets them apart. This vision drives them to push boundaries and take on challenges that others might shy away from. Their ability to see possibilities where others see limitations is a hallmark of leadership. It shows that they are not confined by the present, but are already envisioning a future where they can make a significant impact. The early signs of leadership, whether through empathy, emotional intelligence, responsibility, fairness, or resilience, are indicative of a person who is destined to influence others in powerful ways. These traits may emerge gradually, but they point to a future in which the individual is able to guide, inspire, and lead others toward a shared goal. Leadership is not simply about being in charge, it is about serving others, making a difference, and helping others reach their full potential. Recognizing these early signs of leadership is crucial for supporting and nurturing the child's growth into the leader they are meant to be. Children who display a deep sense of empathy and compassion often show early signs of their greater purpose in life. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is not merely an emotional response, but also a powerful sign of emotional intelligence and emotional leadership. Children who exhibit empathy are often able to intuitively sense when someone is in need or suffering and will go out of their way to comfort, assist, or advocate for them. This deep-rooted sense of care and concern for others, which extends beyond their immediate circle, is a strong indicator of future leaders, healers, and peacemakers. Their emotional sensitivity is not a weakness, but a strength, one that will serve them in both personal and professional realms as they grow older. One of the key markers of a compassionate child is their willingness to help others, even when it requires effort or sacrifice on their part. A child who consistently looks out for classmates who are lonely, plays with someone who is excluded, or helps a parent with a task exhibits a type of care that goes beyond self-interest. These actions reflect an intrinsic understanding that their role in the world is to contribute to the well-being of others. While many children naturally focus on their own needs and desires, those with a heightened sense of empathy often prioritize the needs of others, which sets them apart. This altruistic behavior is indicative of a deeper purpose, one that seeks to make the world a better, more compassionate place, regardless of the challenges involved. It also signals a person who will later feel compelled to take on roles that require empathy and service, whether in healthcare, education, social justice, or any profession that demands emotional insight and understanding. Empathy is also linked to a child's ability to build and maintain relationships. Children who exhibit deep empathy tend to forge strong, supportive bonds with others. They are often seen as trustworthy friends, providing comfort and care to peers who are going through tough times. Their sensitivity to the emotional states of those around them makes them valuable companions, as they instinctively know how to console or motivate others. Such children are not only popular among their peers, but are also seen as natural leaders within their social groups. They possess an innate ability to connect with people, regardless of background or differences, which often translates to an ability to unite diverse groups in later years. This capacity to foster connection and community is essential for anyone destined to lead or influence others, as it allows them to effectively navigate social dynamics and create a sense of belonging among those they interact with. To the ability to comfort and support, empathetic children also display a strong sense of justice. They are often the first to stand up when they witness unfair treatment, whether it's bullying in the playground, discrimination in their community, or an inequality in the way people are treated. A child with a heightened sense of empathy cannot tolerate seeing others hurt or treated unjustly, and they will speak up and take action to make things right. Their innate sense of fairness is what compels them to take risks and challenge the status quo, even when it is uncomfortable or unpopular. This drive for justice signals a deeper calling to fight for those who are marginalized, to advocate for human rights, or to be an agent of change in society. Such individuals often find themselves drawn to careers in social justice, law, and activism, where they can use their empathy to fuel movements for equality and reform. Children who are deeply empathetic are also more likely to exhibit emotional resilience. While they are sensitive to the pain and suffering of others, they often develop coping mechanisms to manage their own emotional reactions. This resilience is an essential quality for anyone who works to help others, as it allows them to maintain their sense of purpose even in the face of adversity or emotional exhaustion. An empathetic child might demonstrate resilience by continuing to help a friend through a difficult time, despite feeling emotionally drained themselves. They may not shy away from hard work or uncomfortable situations because their sense of duty to others is stronger than their own discomfort. This internal strength is critical for those who are destined to make a positive impact on the world, as it enables them to face challenges head-on without losing sight of their mission. The power of empathy also lies in its ability to foster understanding and promote harmony. Empathetic children are more likely to resolve conflicts peacefully, as they are able to see both sides of a disagreement and work toward a solution that benefits everyone involved. This skill is not only useful in childhood friendships, but becomes even more valuable in adulthood, where conflicts often arise in both personal and professional settings. A child who has learned to navigate disagreements with sensitivity and fairness will grow into an adult who can mediate conflicts, build consensus, and create an atmosphere of cooperation and mutual respect. Their ability to bring people together and ensure that all voices are heard makes them natural peacemakers, able to diffuse tension and encourage collaboration even in high-pressure situations. Empathy also goes hand in hand with an innate desire to help the less fortunate or to contribute to charitable causes. Children with strong empathetic tendencies often show a genuine concern for the welfare of others, particularly those who are suffering or disadvantaged. They may show interest in global issues such as poverty, hunger, or environmental sustainability, and seek ways to make a difference, even if on a small scale. This desire to serve others, whether through acts of kindness or involvement in community projects, reflects a deeply ingrained sense of purpose. These children understand that their actions, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect in the world, and they feel compelled to use their resources, skills, and influence to improve the lives of others. This drive to serve, especially in the face of difficult circumstances, is a powerful sign of a person's future impact, as they are more likely to dedicate themselves to humanitarian causes or professions that serve the greater good. Empathy also plays a key role in fostering self-awareness and emotional growth. Empathetic children are often more introspective, taking time to reflect on their own emotions and behaviors in relation to others. They are attuned not only to the feelings of others, but also to their own emotional states, allowing them to regulate their reactions and act with intentionality. This self-awareness helps them to develop a strong sense of personal integrity, making decisions based on their values rather than external pressures. As they grow older, this emotional intelligence enables them to navigate complex social situations, build authentic relationships, and make thoughtful decisions that align with their sense of purpose. Resilience is a defining quality in individuals who are destined for greatness, and it often manifests early in childhood through their ability to overcome adversity and maintain focus despite challenges. Some children exhibit a remarkable level of mental toughness. Even when faced with difficult circumstances, they might encounter setbacks in their academic performance, experience bullying or exclusion from peers, or deal with family hardships. However, rather than being overwhelmed by these difficulties, they tend to bounce back, showing perseverance and a refusal to give up. This inner strength is a sign that they are not only capable of handling challenges, but are also equipped to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. Their ability to persist in the face of adversity speaks volumes about their future potential and their capacity to inspire others to do the same. Children who demonstrate resilience often approach failure differently from others. Instead of becoming discouraged or defeated, they view failure as a learning opportunity, using it to understand what went wrong and how they can improve in the future. This mindset, often referred to as a growth mindset, is a key indicator of future success. A resilient child understands that failure is not an end, but a step in the process of learning and improving. They do not shy away from challenges or difficult tasks. Instead, they take them on with a sense of determination, knowing that every failure brings them one step closer to success. This perseverance is a quality that will serve them throughout their lives, especially as they face more complex challenges in their adult years, whether in their careers or personal lives. Resilient children tend to have a strong sense of self-worth and belief in their abilities. Despite external setbacks, they maintain a positive self-image, believing that they are capable of overcoming difficulties and achieving their goals. This self-confidence is a key element of resilience, as it allows them to push through tough times with the assurance that they will emerge stronger. A resilient child is not easily swayed by negative feedback or criticism. Instead, they use it as fuel to improve and continue striving for their goals. This belief in themselves is often the driving force behind their ability to keep going when others might give up. The child who believes in their own potential will continue to push forward, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Another important aspect of resilience in children is their ability to maintain focus on their long-term goals, even when faced with distractions or short-term setbacks. Resilient children are not deterred by immediate challenges or disappointments. They keep their eyes on the bigger picture. They understand that success is not achieved overnight, and that persistence and hard work over time are the keys to reaching their goals. This ability to stay focused and committed to their aspirations is a sign that they are equipped with the mental fortitude needed to succeed in a competitive and often unpredictable world. They recognize that success requires patience, and they are willing to invest the time and energy necessary to achieve their dreams, no matter how long it takes. Resilient children are also highly adaptable, able to adjust to new situations and environments with relative ease. They are not rigid in their thinking or set in their ways. Rather, they are able to see new opportunities in changing circumstances. When faced with unfamiliar challenges or transitions, such as moving to a new school, dealing with family changes, or navigating a difficult social situation, these children tend to cope with change more effectively than others. They embrace the unknown with a sense of curiosity and flexibility, quickly finding ways to adapt and thrive in new environments. This adaptability is crucial for long-term success, as it allows individuals to navigate the inevitable changes and transitions that come with life. Whether in personal relationships, career paths, or broader life circumstances, resilience enables a person to pivot and adjust as needed without losing sight of their goals. Another important trait of resilient children is their ability to manage stress and maintain a sense of emotional balance in the face of pressure. While some children may become overwhelmed by stress, resilient children are able to stay calm and focused, even in high-pressure situations. This ability to manage emotions and stress is an essential skill that enables them to perform at their best, even when the stakes are high. Whether it's managing performance anxiety during a school presentation or staying focused during a challenging sports competition, resilient children are able to keep their emotions in check, enabling them to perform well under pressure. This skill is invaluable in adulthood, where individuals often face stressful situations in their careers and personal lives. Resilience allows a person to maintain composure and clarity of thought, even in the most stressful circumstances. The capacity for resilience is also closely linked to a child's social support system. While resilient children are undoubtedly strong individuals, they often draw strength from their relationships with others. They tend to have close, supportive relationships with family members, friends, or mentors who provide emotional support, encouragement, and guidance when times are tough. This social support is a critical factor in helping children maintain their resilience, as it provides them with a sense of belonging and reassurance that they are not alone in facing their challenges. Whether through a caring parent, a close friend, or a trusted teacher, these children are able to draw on the strength of their relationships to help them navigate difficult situations. The ability to seek and receive support from others is a sign of emotional intelligence and maturity, as it demonstrates a willingness to rely on others when needed. Resilient children often display a strong sense of purpose, which helps them stay grounded and motivated even in the face of adversity. They have a clear sense of what they want to achieve, and this sense of purpose drives them to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it's about finding meaning in the struggle and using it as fuel to push forward. Resilient children often have a deep internal drive that keeps them moving toward their goals, even when external circumstances are unfavorable. This sense of purpose provides them with the strength to endure setbacks and keep going, as they understand that their challenges are part of a larger journey toward achieving something meaningful. Resilience is a powerful sign of a child's potential for future success. Children who exhibit resilience early in life are often those who go on to achieve great things, not because they are immune to failure or difficulty, but because they possess the strength and perseverance to overcome them. They see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow, and they have the self-confidence, adaptability, and emotional intelligence to navigate life's challenges. Their resilience enables them to stay focused on their goals, adapt to change, and maintain a sense of balance, no matter what life throws their way. This ability to persist, adapt, and thrive is one of the most important indicators that a child is destined for a future filled with accomplishment, purpose, and impact.